fellow art nerds, and welcome to episode number 5 of the Pen Clique. This is our monthly online art show sponsored by VisionCon, 𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁, and Playco Games. My name is Deanna Powell. I'll be your host. I am a staff member of the all-volunteer staff of VisionCon and also co-owner of Playco Games. And my co-host, Mr. 𝗗𝘭𝘆𝘆𝗷𝘀, is a founding member of our other sponsor, 𝘗𝘵𝘁𝘗.
Hello, I'm 𝗗𝘭𝘆𝘆𝗷𝘀. I am co-host and one of the co-founders of 𝘗𝘭𝘆𝘆𝗷𝘀. And I'm not going to do any plugs, but yeah.
Plug away, Ada.
Have it.
This month we have got 9 talented artists joining the clique. I'm going to introduce each of them right now, and then they're going to talk a little bit more to you guys when they present their art in a few minutes. And I just thought of something I didn't tell you guys to do. When I say your name, besides waving, tell everybody what your matchup's going to be tonight, just to get them a little excited, since it's something a little different.
Okay.
Maybe I should tell you that are tuning in and didn't tune into the event. This month we are doing verses. We took suggestions from viewers for different weird matchups to draw, and we let each of the artists pick one from the list. So there's a nice variety. I'm going to go around my screen. You just met 𝗗𝘗𝘐𝑵𝑑𝑒𝑙, but what are you drawing tonight, Gary?
I am... It's Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon versus Dorothy from Golden Girls.
I'm excited about that one. All right, and we have Mr. James Rutherford. What are you drawing tonight?
We're doing Negan versus 𝘗𝘁𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘁.
And we got Anna Hansen.
Hello. I did Mabel Pines versus Princess Star Butterfly.
All right, and Haley Codling.
Hello. I was blessed with the opportunity to draw Witchblade and Shanghai Batman's Catwoman. So to draw some hot babes. Very excited.
Just hearing you guys repeat what you drew, I'm getting more excited.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Eric E. Danger Wright.
I'm Eric. This month I got Ash Williams from Evil Dead and Lobster Johnson from Hellboy. And
Nice.
Tons of fun.
All right, Mr. Nate Howard.
Hi, I'm Nate. I did Spike Spiegel versus Space Ghost.
Space Ghost.
All right, we've also got Sarah Saltares.
Hello. I am doing Alice from Resident Evil versus Laura Croft from Tomb Raider. It was really fun. Also, hot babes.
The hot babes like drawing the hot babes. What do you know? And new this month, joining our Pen Clique, our brand new newbies. We've got first up Caitlin Lane.
Hello. I totally called dibs on drawing Bulma from Dragon Ball versus Misty from Pokemon.
And also brand new to our Pen Clique, I forgot to ask how to pronounce your last name when we were talking earlier. I think we have Daryl Clounch.
Clounch.
So glad.
A for effort.
I'm sorry.
I got the David and Goliath matchup of the Incredible Hulk versus the Smurfs.
Yay! I'm so excited. So, normally I introduce and then tell you what this month is, but I just told you what this month is before that. So, we are ready, unless you guys have something I forgot, to get into the art.
That's
Show me the art.
All right. I randomly generated names, and James gets to go first this month. So, James, tell everybody a bit about yourself, what you're up to now, where they can find you, and then show us your masterpiece.
All right, so veteran game animator. Used to teach at Missouri State until the COVID blew up, and then now I just outsource when I can get it. And you can find me at 𝘗𝘁𝘩𝘦99 at Instagram.com. And tonight I did 𝘗𝑭𝘆𝘆 versus Negan from Walking Dead.
I like guys on the roof.
I know.
It's so good.
I just love his expression under that bat.
So I wanted to do more of the Jeffrey, is it Jeffrey Dean? I can't think of his name, that plays the television Negan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, yes. So I really like his portrayal of the comic book character. So I kind of went in on that. You know, grabbed some screenshot references. So I tried to give him all of his little belts and all the good stuff that he had, that character. And it's real. I really was running out of time, was going to color, but I was like, no, we'll just do like a comic book style, black and white with it. So just, you know, using some Zipatone gray shading and stuff. So, yeah. I've never really drawn 𝘗𝑭𝘆𝘆 or Negan before, so.
That is so good.
Brought a guitar to the barbed wire baseball bat fight.
Right, yeah. I don't know if he's got buck teeth or not, but I just figured, you know,
Just now.
he should have the teeth. And
You get buck teeth, right?
I was really thinking about doing like the anime blood splatter, but it seemed out of place with the whole thing. So
It's still very Hanna-Barbera.
yeah.
I love it.
Those poor guitar strings.
If I had a little bit more time, I was really tempted to do like if 𝘗𝑭𝘆𝘆 was a Walking Dead character, so he's like wearing a horse mask, running around killing zombies with his guitar. You know, fighting Negan.
Dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I like what you did here. This is fun.
You know, if anyone out there would like to sponsor the Pen Clique financially, you could do different versions of every one of these.
Kelsey Reese in the comments is being very sweet and asking us about art. So everyone say hi to Kelsey.
Hello,
Kelsey.
Let's see.
What is he asking about art?
She's asking if anyone would be willing to give some signed art or a picture. She loves any comic book or superhero for fun. If this
sounds like a good thing
to happen this April 30th through May 2nd, most of these guys will be there, and I'm sure they will be signing art.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I would like that. I'll start a bid. We're already getting bids on it, man. I don't know what the rules are yet. We haven't really thought about that, but you know.
You know, I think by season 2, maybe we'll have a way to get this art to people. My share screen I'm having trouble with. Is that mine?
Did it stop sharing?
I believe it's still sharing.
There it
Yeah,
goes.
it's still running.
Yeah, sometimes I keep hearing background noise every once in a while, and I don't know if it's me or not, so I apologize if it is.
Hey James, did you use that pencil brush again? Because it almost looks like it's vector, but and it had like almost like a textured brush to it. So I wasn't sure like how you did that.
Yeah, all the outlines was using that stubby pen brush in Photoshop, but using the vector line technique. So
Right on.
Nice.
All right. All right. Haley, you get to go next. So tell everybody a little bit about Haley, and then show us your.
I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Leo. Romantic. Bad jokes. So freelance artist, just doing stuff where I can. Probably the best way to find me is on Instagram at @cyan_stash. It's a high school name, no judgments there. But are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes.
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 Beautiful. Yeah. Here. Sorry.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's
I
loading.
love
A little
them.
extra. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I
Oh.
just had a lot of fun drawing some cute babes. I know there's that comic book Witcher, but Witchblade, but the Witchblade I'm familiar with is the anime. So I based a lot of the design off of the anime rather than the comic, and I've never really drawn like characters. I'm definitely more of a fine art background, so trying to like simplify a face. Let's zoom in on her. Yeah. Was a little bit harder than I anticipated. And like, I was trying to find the line of, am I overworking this? That it's starting to look like a weird digital painting, or does it still kind of hold that like looser, like just quick sketch I was looking for? But in the end, I'm kind of proud of it.
This is really
Happy with the shape of the figures. Feels proportionate to me, and damn that butt on both of them. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the poses alone and then just the anatomy behind them are, I don't know, really complicated it's like a snap of a really interesting attack. And I don't know, I was really impressed when I peaked at this one.
Liar, you said you didn't look.
No, I didn't.
Oh, nice.
I just shamed her for peeking. I didn't. But no, I saw this one. I was this is a very impressive piece of work. I really like it.
Thank you.
I can see the motion in it. It looks like she just snapped that whip and
The Shanghai Batman Catwoman, I had never even heard of before.
Yeah.
And the way I had to look it up was watching just like on repeat little action clips people have posted on YouTube of her, and like from the cartoon. And so I just watched those, and there was a lot of cool whip poses that I kind of drew inspiration from. And then we admittedly played with some digital dolls to make sure our anatomy was right, but you know, we added some stuff in areas. But it was all just like a circle brush, you know, a little flat brush to shade it in. Nothing's like too crazy rendered if you look really close, but from a distance it looks great.
I like it.
Oh, that's great.
I really like the composition.
Thank
What
you.
effects that you used and the shapes, man, like of both characters. If you just silhouetted those, they'd both be very interesting shapes. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did a lot of squinting.
That scan rendering, very nice too.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your process with this.
I wonder, I can pull up the layers. So I kind of branch out into different layers and then bring them in more and more as I go on. So it just kind of ends up being one piece, maybe 2 layers of like, oh, she's naked. But it's kind of the same, I guess, where it's just a pencil sketch and then I start to paint over it, and then there's no steps. It's a lot of scribbling and refining and then scribbling over it and then refining that. And
Those are steps.
yeah. It's very, I could probably do with less if I had some organization, but we're working on that with like the digital process, definitely trying to figure out when I want to do a separate layer, or if I want to, you know, force myself to try and do it all in one layer. But for the most part, it's line work and then paint over it eventually, and that's about it. I know I've talked about it, but that Cynics brush pack on Procreate is da bomb. The round opacity and the dry brush are basically what I use the entire thing. It was great. Yeah.
Now, with your line work, do you paint underneath and on top, or just on top?
Yeah, underneath and on top, where you can kind of see like in the stomach area where like in here is definitely painted over the line work, but then I went like into here and did some sharpening in areas where I felt like need a little heavier line work to just make the flow a lot easier. Again, there's no step by step. It's going back in and nitpicking.
But it's cool that you're showing us the structure of the file, though. Even though you say you don't have like a straight procedure or way that you go about doing it, you're still showing us the guts of that piece. I think it's really cool. Thank you for showing us that.
Yeah, I mean, if you like zoom in the hair, it's just weird, thick brush strokes. Same with the hand.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
The shape of it and the flow of it looks really cool. And I mean, like, I think what Gary was saying is that, like, when you go back and look through your layers, like any of us who are familiar with layers can actually see your unique approach to, like, you're making decisions, and like a puzzle, you're making the individual pieces of the puzzle, and then we see what it looks like all together. We see what the picture is, but then we can go in and just like, oh, I wonder what decision you made here. And some of them may just be like, you weren't so sure about this version, so you made another one to layer on top of it, and you just didn't merge them. You know, it's interesting to see that process.
But yeah, thank you guys for saying all those sweet words.
And then Robinson stroke is really nice. He has a nice touch in the background there. That nice full line.
Yeah, I was doing it on a. Did I stop broadcasting?
Yeah, your screen's up.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was like, well, do I want to draw backgrounds? But I'm not good at drawing backgrounds, and I'll just make myself discouraged. And so I like kind of messed around with like comic book action lines, but the style I had going, it looked a little out of place. So I just kind of just actually like zoomed out really big and just started scribbling on it in the background, and eventually one looked nice and I kept it. So
it's very impressive.
Yeah, I love the less going on in the background, so you really saw the characters. Yeah, this is like the Fear Factor post coming out in me. Don't tell me stuff you think you're bad at. Go up in it's challenge month. I remember these things.
I was really excited because the first few times that we've done this, it was like a piece to do. And I was like, awesome, great, no characters. We don't have to draw people yet, like in a and then it's starting to come. So, but I've been needing to practice, and it was a goddamn blast drawing those girls. So I'm excited to do more, absolutely. And it was really good practice.
Oh, they look awesome. They look great.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, we love all the nice comments coming in the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on both. I apologize if I don't. Oh, and I owe links. What is wrong with me tonight? I'm going to put up links for both James and Haley here while Nate's talking, followed by Nate's links, because I forgot to add those for you guys to click on. But what I wanted to say, I'm looking at the screen I'm reading the comments on instead of you guys. Hi. You're welcome to ask questions too, and we will try to keep an eye on it and answer them. Or if you're curious about a process, if you just want to say anything, keep it coming. We love the interaction. That's why the live is so much more fun than the YouTube clips. But they are on YouTube later. So that's
Robinson.
Remember.
Nate, you're up. Tell us what's going on in your life, and then, well, you know, art-wise, preferably.
Sure. I am Nate of Mammoth Press. I do graphic design and illustration by day. everything from like graphic design and logo packages and identity packages for businesses to I got it right this time. A comic series that I've been drawing for 6 years or so, self-published book, Potbelly Mammoth at potbellymammoth.com. Volume 2 content can be found on Patreon, Potbelly Mammoth. And then at night, I play this thing. It's a arcade cabinet that I designed and built myself, and I play anything retro arcade and console games to current gen PCs through Steam Link. So it's kind of a mixed bag, kind of a a mammoth empire, but that's what my day-to-day is as I'm stalling to. There we go. And my prompt was to do Spike Spiegel versus Space Ghost. Now, I have actually drawn Space Ghost several times, including Mr. Space Ghost himself, or Unky Ghost, as he calls himself, George Lowe, who is actually a guest at VisionCon where I met him. But every version of Space Ghost I've drawn was always the coast to coast version, the happy, the almost kind of dumb version. And I never really got to draw him as like a badass. And but I still like the coast to coast. That was my first introduction into Space Ghost, not the Hanna-Barbera superhero side. So I thought, under what conditions would Spike and Unky Ghost, so to speak, meet? And I'm just assuming Space Ghost had a bounty, and Spike kicks in the door and guns blazing, and then I don't know, finds cover, realizing that his bullets did nothing, and now Space Ghost is pissed. I don't know.
So how do you go about constructing this file? The image as a whole, because I know you think about things like an animator, like you approach your work like an animator.
It's all in pieces. Yeah. The drawings, each of the Spike and Space Ghost themselves are two separate drawings that I did with a vector line brush to do the line work in Illustrator, and then I did the coloring. Just layered. I did flats, and then I always have the line work, and then I have flats, and then in between is shading. Each one was done independently. The desk was built in Illustrator. I used some Photoshop brushes and stuff for some of the texture work and some of the shading. The background was a completely different thing, and then I just kind of filled the gaps with effects and cool. I got some mist, and then I actually duplicated Space Ghost lines and dropped them behind the lines and added a glow to it so that I can manage it without it overwhelming the rest of his figure. Just played with it until I liked it. And then the background was a separate piece. You'd make all the little puzzle pieces, and then you just stack them on top of each other and shift them around until you like them.
Yeah, dude.
It looks like the cover of a graphic novel for sure.
Yeah. Like you're about to read this or something,
Yeah, your design brain always makes a very visually appealing piece whenever you show art. Like everything looks exactly where it should be.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's a hell of a compliment.
The colors down too, like the swatches and the colors down from the show. Like you got that down too.
Which is unfortunate. I wish I actually, because there's more to Spike. I actually did like the whole upper body. And I had spent so much time getting the hand to hold a gun because I don't draw guns often. So it's like, it took me a little while. And it's like, the shift of it felt right where he is. But it's like, man, I spent a lot of time drawing his suit. But actually, I don't even think I colored it, to be honest.
What is he hiding behind?
That is the host desk of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That's the desk.
Oh, that's right.
Because all of his guests are on the monitor because they're Earthlings and they're not in space. But Spike, he's in space, so I imagine that's the only thing I could figure is maybe he kicked in the door while he was on set recording an episode, and he just started just shooting the place up and trying to take out trying to get his bounty. And
I wonder who he was interviewing when this started.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I actually thought about adding the monitor. There's a couple of times I considered adding a monitor, but I don't know why I didn't. I had enough time to do it. I don't know why I didn't.
Well,
Maybe I was just so happy to be ahead of schedule. I don't know.
Christy says it doesn't look like the bounty's working out too well. Her favorite part is the drama between the expressions.
This is the only time that I could draw Space Ghost like a bat. Like he's just swole, you know, and he's mad. He's like basically Batman without the ears.
Yeah, he is.
Is the way I approached him in this, and
Very,
course.
very
Wondering
nice.
if it's even alive.
thank you guys. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
I'm so enjoying this month. Says the person that doesn't have to make any artwork. I just have to turn everything on.
You don't have to host though, either.
All right, Nate's done. Anna, we would love for you to go next.
Okay. I'm Anna. I'm more of a traditional artist. You can find me on the main site that I post all my stuff to is DeviantArt. So it's deviantart.com/𝘬𝑒-ryu. Actually, and you can find me on Tumblr. You can also find me on Pinterest. All those links are actually on my image that I did, so you can find me that way.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
So I did Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls versus Princess Star Butterfly from Star versus the Forces of Evil. I think that's what it's called. I had seen a little bit of Gravity Falls. I hadn't seen the other series, so I actually binge watched like the first 10 episodes of it to get an idea of the character. Well, I have her grappling hook that she it acquires like right in the beginning of the series. Is what
I already remembering your last one. I was like, God, I bet it's gonna be cute. It wasn't. It's fucking precious. I love it.
I love that you kept the styles consistent too. Like you kept the animation styles.
Yeah.
I wanted to. That was the other thing. Reason why I wanted to try doing these characters is because it's very different from styles that I've done before. So it was a nice challenge that way. And also these characters are more, stick more to like the flat color or the single colors. So so that was another nice little, practice that I was able to do.
Is there really? Sorry.
I love that they're fighting, but they look so pleasant and friendly.
It looks like the old schoolhouse rock kind of animation or storybooks, like the kids' books and stuff. From the texture in your colors it's very interesting.
I love how they're smiling at each other, but they also like hate each other at the same time.
Yeah. I used a marker to color them. The background I actually did digitally. I just added that in.
It works well in the style for sure.
Yeah,
The colors are really great too. The choices of them.
It really feels like you nailed their personalities.
Yeah.
I watched like just a little bit of Gravity Falls, but I know that Mabel is just a sneaky little bee. So
Yeah.
Good expression on her for sure. You captured it.
Yeah, well done.
Great.
Yeah.
Dude.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
again, definitely kudos on nailing those styles too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I have yeah, I drew like a few variations of them, did some practice sketches before I finally did this. It took me a while to get a pose that I liked from Mabel for this, because I don't know how many times I redrew her. But yeah.
Who doesn't love a show with a floating unicorn head?
Great.
That's great.
All right, sweet. I love it. I love it. That's two now with diagonals in the background, so that's obviously a good choice.
Yeah.
Much.
Design brains going.
Yeah. It's like you
All
can't
right.
Direct those eyes.
These brains got
not
plenty of
channel each
things.
other.
to
All right, next up we have I don't go first, I don't go last, Mr. 𝘗𝘁𝗵𝗃.
Right. You guys, as you guys may or may not already know, my name is 𝘗𝘁𝗵𝗃. You can find me at www.artistscarypadell.com, or you can find me on Instagram and or Facebook under the same thing, 𝘗𝘁𝗵𝗃. You heard my prompt tonight. I am doing Dorothy from Golden Girls versus Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon, which, fun fact, I did not know this, but it was the prompt that my wife had picked. I had just seen it on the list, and I was like, I have to do that.
How cute.
So
I
adorable.
was like, oh, I picked that. I
Gross.
was like, what? Let me get my shared screen on here.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness.
So good.
I drew this traditionally. It's a hybrid of traditional and digital. I use digital to kind of enhance the background, but I'll break it all down for you guys. This is kind of like my original scan here.
Mhm.
So I had to like play with the levels to get it where I wanted, and so I got it here. I really like the difference between where I had it here and before. So I put the gray behind it, and then a little gradient there inside that solid background color, and the rest of it's just pencil. I just darken it up. And the drawing itself is 9 by 12, and I barely finished it. I finished it today at like 5.
So you're saying you got it done early?
Yes.
Yeah, brag about it.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I'm really not that afraid of Ming the Merciless. Like, there's really one threat on my mind in this photo.
Yeah.
There is a cold expression on Dorothy.
I totally
Yeah.
agree. She looks scary.
I was like, what? I was like, what would Dorothy use? I was like, no, Dorothy just needs like a nice, like ray gun. It just has like this unwieldy. It doesn't even like shoot, like have a straight beam. It's like so powerful. It just has like this big shock wave. I was like,
That's
wielding
What
that.
give to see Dorothy with a 9mm though.
I know. That is so great. It's like the cover of a comic book that I would just have to own. Like I'd have to read it. If I saw it, I would both be like so confused and intrigued at the same time.
I like her shoes. Very practical.
Why, thank you. Actually, the outfit is from the episode. It's we talked about that at your house.
As soon as you said it was
plug that at the end, but yeah, we talked about that the other night. Because even Nate was like, "Yeah, that's actually from the show."
How many episodes of Golden Girls did you have to watch for reference?
Oh, actually, I Googled it, but I've seen a shitload of Golden Girls episodes.
I was like, you have to watch it, Gary.
What's that?
You can Google it. It's going to be that outfit.
Yeah.
Christy in the comments is loving the swooshies in the background.
Thank
And
you.
Lauren says she loves it and can't wait to frame and enjoy it.
Yeah, this is
Well, it's already been sold, Lauren. Sorry.
I'll have scans of it, but it will not be for sale. I will have make sure I have prints of this. So if anyone wants it, I will have prints.
Yeah, this is the fan art that I'll definitely want to see some prints of for sure.
When will you be writing the comic?
If I get the rights to Flash Gordon and the Golden Girls, and I'll be.
Dorothy is a whole mood. Yeah, she's like a walking mood with cool shoes.
Yeah. It's like I have so many questions, but I buy into it 110%. I'm ready for this space
I
adventure.
don't even know each other. She probably shot first.
Ma, get inside.
I really like the use of negative space with the ray gun and like the diagonal that you have going through it. It just
Oh, thank you. There's a theme tonight.
yeah.
There's a diagonal theme tonight.
I think I'm gonna break that theme, but
Good.
Yeah, that's why I keep looking at the wrong monitor, because I'm diagonal tonight.
Yeah, excellent work, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I was like, they can't see this until I just show it to them. Well, it's that Nate saw it.
Yeah, I didn't spoil it.
He did not spoil it.
I keep one secret. Everyone gets one. Gary.
It's awesome. I love it.
Thank you guys. We'll make sure we share it on Facebook and everything, so you'll be able to see it even closer on there.
Can you and your wife
For anybody
cosplay?
that doesn't realize, in a couple of days this will be up on YouTube, and then we'll have a Facebook album on VisionCon's page of all the art, so you can like study it, zoom in on it, check it out.
Yes.
All right, now I put our newbies in the center, so they didn't have to go first, but they didn't have to wait until the end and sweat it out for their first
Newbie sandwich.
time. So first up, Caitlin, are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Tell us all
excited.
about you and show us the magic.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Caitlin Blaine. I am a cartoonist and illustrator. I'm also the creator of Moxie, a ongoing fantasy webcomic. And I'm kind of all over the interwebs. So I've got a website, CaitlinBlaine.com, which has like all my social media. And then my webcomic is MoxieComic.com. And then I'm probably most active on Instagram, which is Caitlin Blaine Art. But you can also find me on Twitter and DeviantArt and all the places. So let me see if I could figure out this screen share. Okay. Can you guys see that?
It's working on it.
People at,
There we go.
There it is. Awesome.
Oh, sweet action.
So yeah, so I was super excited when I saw the prompt Bulma versus Misty, because it was basically me getting to relive my 13-year-old self drawing fan art of some of my favorite female cartoon characters. So yeah, so this is kind of what I put together. I had some decisions to make with Bulma's character design. She's like had a million different character designs throughout Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and so I kind of went with the Dragon Ball, one of her Dragon Ball character designs, because she has a side ponytail and Misty has a side ponytail, so thought I'd pin them against each other. And then I thought it'd be really cool to have Shenlong and Gyarados also in the image.
Yeah, they frame the shot really well.
Yeah, as I say, the composition is really nice.
Thanks. No diagonals. Sorry, guys.
Kind of, sort of.
They still lead the eye. They still do this. They have the same effect as our diagonal. So.
Yeah, like the green dragon in the background, it curls right down at a diagonal angle almost.
Oh, subtle diagonals. I wish I could say that was intentional, but
I love the depth in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I played around with the values so I could try to make a foreground and a middle ground and a background. I also colored the line art of everyone but Bulma and Misty so that everything would kind of fade except for those two, since they were kind of the main focus.
I was freaking out about the Psyduck.
Yeah, and I had to add about a Psyduck.
I was so close to doing these two because it was the same reason where I was just like, well, yeah, I would just redraw all of my notebook sketches. So.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, man, but like, can't think much of anything of like nothing was coming to mind. And then I peeked at yours in the drive box because I was like, someone did Bulma and Misty. And then I looked at it and I saw it was Shen and Gyarados. I was like, fuck, of course you would do that. That's such a good idea. And I instantly shut it because I was mad. I was like, God, that's such a good idea.
I have to give my husband props for giving me the dragon idea. So kudos to him.
That's great.
One of our eagle-eye viewers noticed the negative space between the arms is completely diagonal, right in the middle.
Yes.
There you go.
Better luck next time.
The next prompt is you can't use a diagonal design. That's it.
I'm out. I may have to take that month off.
Yeah.
Even if I haven't yet, I will by accident.
So yeah, so I had a ton of fun doing this as my first challenge for Pen Cliques.
Can you tell me a little about your process?
Yeah, so I did this all digitally. I used Clip Studios. So normally I use both Clip and Photoshop with most of my work, but I've been trying to learn the interface in Clip Studio a little bit better. And so I sketched it, and then they've got vector line art tool, which I use to do all the inking. And then I kept the rendering pretty simple with the colors. So I just did flat colors and then some like layer styles on top, which for those watching would be like colors on top, and then you can change them to make shading and highlights and stuff. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. And then the cool thing with Clip, which I hope to post later after this airs, is it's got a recording caption where like it'll record your process. So I'll hopefully share that later.
That's always fun to show clients whenever you're sketching or doodling things in front of them. You go back and do that replay, that speed lapse.
Yeah.
So fun to watch people make decisions. It's cool.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be up on my Instagram.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, all around very well done, and a lot of like fandom in one piece.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me to participate.
Of course, man.
Thanks for taking the time. We expect
It's
you
so-
back.
Yeah, thank you.
And refined, like the shadow on Misty's leg and like a little reflection right before the line work. I just keep looking at it and going, oh, that's so nice. Visions, so nice.
It's that backlighting.
Overlay layers, you know, they work magic.
Oh yeah, I love using that process too, where you use flat colors and you have another layer that's just like cool areas or shadow areas.
Yeah.
It's not all in the same layer. You can just turn it off, turn it back on, make it a different color or temperature if you want to. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty much just 3 or 4 layers to do the whole piece, just to get the shading done. So the magic of digital. Also Control-Alt-Delete.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
James can relate really quick. James can relate to this, and I know most of you have done this, where you're drawing traditionally and you mess up and your brain thinks Control-Z for a second, like, oh, I'm just going to Control-Z this, but you can't because you did it in real life.
Yeah. My other hand is tapping my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been known to pinch and zoom on a sketchbook before. I'm like, oh, it's not working.
Little double tap. Sometimes I'll just do
you look around like like I hope no one saw.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. Everyone knows.
All right.
Thank you so much. All right, Daryl, are you ready for your turn?
Yeah. I feel like I have to make a little disclaimer after last time. It turned out, I started working on it and it turned out way hotter than I originally intended. And I am so sorry, but here it is. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Look at that diagonal.
Yeah. Diagonal, much wow.
I didn't say it.
Let's see. Sorry, it's not want to let me.
Nice.
No, I don't want to paint bucket it again. But yeah, no, this one was. What was that?
I love the way you render skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh, there's more.
There is more. Sorry, I was kind of zoomed into it. So yeah, that's the full piece. It was so much fun. I like strong women.
It reminds me of like a Street Fighter V scene or something like a.
Yeah, it was, and I was like looking through. I didn't actually have time to do like real research and watch any of the movies, but I was looking through a bunch of stock and reference. So I was like, God, I want to watch these again. They're so good. Or play the games. So they're kind of a mashup. They're not from like any one Resident Evil or Tomb Raider. I just kind of like picked things I liked about each different like costume and set and everything, and just kind of made them kind of their own. But yeah, it was fun. I also do not draw guns, but I am like weirdly happy with this.
Yeah, no,
Really?
There's nothing weird about it. That's well done, especially at that angle. Like not just the shape of it, but at that angle.
Oh, there were references. There were lots of references.
Good.
And like so many attempts at just quitting and doing a fist instead.
Oh yeah.
And that's not an easy fight pose either. Like you got the arms crossed and her grabbing the wrist there. Like, did you use a reference for that, or did you just?
I did. I broke it up a little bit though. The reference I had actually had Alice's fist going down, and would have had like Laura's fist going down as well. But I thought it would be cooler if they were kind of like grappled.
Yeah.
Plus more bicep opportunities.
Yeah.
Right, and the twist of her torso.
So kind of like this, the top part was pulled off one reference, but I kind of just worked from mine for the bottom areas. But yeah, it was really fun. I need to throw a quick background on it, and I want to throw on some blood and cuts and bruises and dirt because I want it to look like a brawl. But
When I saw the characters you got, part of me was like, oh no, I don't get to see her draw like hot boys, like that Krampus. Now I can't even believe that, like, I wouldn't have wanted exactly this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the upper torso of Croft. Like the interaction with the other character feels so real. Like sometimes it's hard to
Thank
make it believable that they're putting pressure on each other, you know, but
the way her
Yeah.
upper body is twisting to her hip. You see that hip flexor right there, that
Yes.
muscle there? Right?
Mm.
It
This
looks like
hip.
it's twisted, and like she's really having to put her weight, her body weight against that arm that she's holding on to.
Mhm. And the corset and her hips coming down too. So cool.
Who wants to fight in that outfit?
It's so impractical.
Probably her if she wore
Probably
that.
her.
It's clearly for raiding tombs.
Tell us your process.
Lots of layers. So many mistakes.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, I actually am been playing with digital art for less than a year now, probably like 10 months now. And something I've really enjoyed about it is its ability to let you experiment with things that you normally wouldn't try doing on traditional. That's my hack, okay? Because you don't have to like worry too much about your failures because you can just kind of like Control-Alt-Z them away. And so you get to try all these different things without wasting a bunch of product and paper. And so, yeah, definitely a lot of trial and error for sketches. I spend definitely the most time on the sketch and the line art because that's the part to me that has to be like the most believable. That's where your proportions have to be correct. Where your perspective has to be correct, and everything kind of has to make sense, and then you just paint on top of that and you build form off of your lines. So sketching line art definitely takes the most time. He is being tenacious. Get down. He is such a brat, sorry.
Our directors are acting up today. It's okay.
Yeah. Got that one to sleep behind. But yeah, no, then after that, it's just flat colors all on their own layers, and then going in with shading, highlights, textures, clipping masks are, make everything so easy. So once I have like my block colors, can go in and create clipping masks and just keep it all on the same block color, but add my shadows, add my highlights, my texture.
Yeah.
So all that part goes by a lot faster.
Did a good job with like skin tone, like the undertones and
Right.
Alice, like the pink. You did a good job choosing undertones for a pale pink, and then like really proper undertones for that tanner olive skin. Good decisions. Good eye.
I also love how their eyes are locked. They are
Yeah.
in the moment of the battle.
Yes.
Now draw.
Christy Cube, how did they even get into that fight pose? Just chopping these veggies. Whoa, gun punch.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to create a scene and where it was equally likely that they would kill each other or start kissing. Like, yeah, no. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Turned out great.
Thank you. Screen sharing. Sorry, my Zoom's not being super cooperative.
I know how that is.
Stop sharing, please.
It took me 3 streams to figure this part out, I think.
There it goes. There it goes.
We are. All right, now on to more new fresh meat. Daryl, how would you like to tell us about you and show off your stuff?
I am a visual effects artist. I would say by day, but most of that work takes place at night. So Yeah. I used to work with several of these folks at the game studio back in the day, working on Dora and Diego, and They Shall Ever Haunt Our Dreams. And yeah, went to California for a few years and started working in movies and TV shows, doing stuff and things, and then had beautiful baby girls and moved back to Missouri because there's grandparents, so then we can sleep, which is awesome. And been working as a remote visual effects artist from here since then, and trying to do more illustration. It's kind of funny that it seems like the more you get paid to be an artist, the less actual art you kind of get to do sometimes. And so trying to work that in here and there, and like the reflexive Control-Z thing, I realized I had a lot of dirty habits because I had only done digital art really. And so I've started trying to do traditional for everything and then bring it into Photoshop to fix everything, because I'm not a very good traditional artist yet, but baby steps. But tonight's was all digital. I probably messed this up. And
You can do it.
is it showing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Smurfs versus the Incredible Hulk.
I love it.
I did a lot of research. In case you're wondering, the Incredible Hulk is about 24 Smurfs tall. I basically just went at it like I wanted them to all feel like they were in one universe as far as the art style, and if I'd went a Marvel style, he pretty much just would have been covered in blue smears and it would have been much more violent. So I decided to go the Smurfy way, and yeah, just what non-violent means would they use to take him down. So you got and you got sleeping potions, and then Smurfette trying to pull a Black Widow.
That's my favorite part.
That is wonderful.
They're trying to calm him to death.
Non-violent. That box has an explosion in it, dude.
Well, yeah, he's about to mess it up.
And there is a grappling hook in his eye.
Yeah.
Wait, is Brady boring him to death?
Yes, he's like worm tongue in his ear. Just trying to
This is great. And it does. It looks like it's the Hulk on a Smurfs cartoon. That's what it looks like. I love that.
And the biggest challenge is I realize I do not do enough cartooning. And the Smurf style has a lot of effortless curves, and there was nothing effortless about any of them. So most of my time was spent like just redrawing and redrawing and redrawing to get the swoop of the hat right.
It's about right.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I ended up deleting a couple of the Smurfs because it was just way too crowded when I got near the end. So
it's amazing how each Smurf is very unique. Actually, yeah, Christy in the comments says the same thing. All those Smurfs are so unique. For as similar as they look, every single one, like there's a lot of them to begin with. And
yeah.
David says that's Smurftastic.
Yeah. You managed to capture a different expression for each one of them. That's what I think. No, they're obviously all Smurfs. They're very obviously different from each other. It's not like you just made one and put it in a bunch of different places.
Oh, when I was working on this at 2 in the morning, I definitely thought about copy paste.
Well, I love this too. I love, not only did you nail the style of the cartoon and what it looks like down, you even designed your whole piece with like the white edge and even down to the font. It fits. It looks like something that would have existed in the 80s, like when this cartoon came out. And that's the one thing I've been loving about all your guys so far across the board is like you stayed true to the styles and you know how to work within the style of what you're doing. So I'm really impressed by that.
Yeah.
Really.
Hulk's face is definitely giving flashbacks to old like 90s cartoons for sure. It's
like
really
the Scooby-Doo mashups, like
their
art style.
Yeah, I was kind of. I felt like he could go into a Scooby Doo or like be one of the DuckTales villains.
Yeah.
Almost.
He looks like Reaper.
He's a Hanna-Barbera looking Hulk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. The Smurfs was.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's so cool.
and my drawing process is pretty simple. It's just ink pass for the Hulk, ink pass for the Smurfs, a lot of swearing in between, and then so,
All on one layer, it looks like. No.
yeah, I try to keep it simple because that was one of the things working at the game studio. You end up with like 200 layers and you can't find anything when you need to. And so I try to make sure that I never have more than 8 layers in any of my PSDs.
That's smart.
It's a good rule to live by.
This is everything I hoped it would be when I saw the prompt.
I was like, I wonder how he's going to do that.
There was way too much thought that went into how a Smurf rudder system would work on a hot air balloon.
Well, with a cake bigger than them.
Yeah. So, but yeah. No.
Oh my god, this is great. You know what's funny about all these people are going to be like, hey, we're going to get a print of that.
That brings up a good question. Viewers, how would you like to get this art in your hands in the future, possibly? Like,
How much money would you like to give us? All of it?
exactly. I mean, would you like prints? Would you like a collected book? Would you like a calendar? We can market stuff.
Haley, we've learned in our experience, or at least in my experience, there's actually a lot of money people would love to give us, but they're never short of wanting to
give them to
everything.
I have yet to
know. Yeah, I mean, if you think of something, tell us in the comments how you would like to get this, because we're always thinking of new stuff for next season and off-season convention time, if there's convention time.
Yeah.
The arts. We have Eric. You are up next. Are you still there?
Still here.
Oh.
I
was looking at your Eric on the computer.
Okay.
He was a cardboard cutout for a while. He just came back. We didn't know it.
He's perfected their visibility.
Hi, I'm Eric 𝘗𝘗𝘠. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as that. And tonight I've got Ash Williams versus Lobster Johnson. You guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I had a hell of a time trying to figure out the composition on this one. And I'm feeling like I should have gone for a diagonal.
Just rotate it a little.
Yeah, I was saying, but you did go for it. Was you did do a diagonal.
Did a triangle, actually. That's great.
Yeah, I think most of my problem trying to figure out the composition was trying to figure out how to get some more weight on the chainsaw up here. And once I got that flash in there, it worked out perfectly.
Could you zoom
I don't
in?
know.
The two
Yeah.
guns, those bullets flying out of them?
Yeah, hang on.
I love those. I've really enjoyed seeing like your style in each month's prompt and seeing how you use it. This month, I love like those bullets and that background, the way you did the legs and the arms, like the smoke coming off the bullets as they come out of the gun. That's awesome.
Right, there's so much smoke, yeah. And then his liftoff has like
it took the smoke with them, just little details like that are so easy to kind of forget or just not focus on. But
And that's he's actually shooting it. So that is a shotgun he's firing. Okay, when you zoomed in, I noticed that's his boomstick. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say that's a sporadic spray. That makes sense now. No. And it's like peppering the ground around him. Is that his shadow, or is that like the pool of blood from his?
It was supposed to be the shadow, but you can interpret it however you want to.
It kind of looks like Ash is losing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Initially, I had drawn it out. Like you can kind of see in this area. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing with my mouse here. Up here, I had actually drawn Lobster Johnson missing, but like that line that went all the way up here and down through the arm, it was just cutting off the entire left third of the composition, and it just wasn't going to work that way. So
it was really well done, man. There was no denying who that is. On the bottom, it took me a minute to I had to use the cue, but that's my fault. I wasn't
that was kind of a pain because Lobster Johnson is supposed to be like a super nondescript character.
Yeah, no, and that's the only reason. Like, it wasn't for lack of your presentation. It was just the character himself. You can't deny a dude with, you know, torn off sleeves and a chainsaw arm. Like, no duh.
Yeah.
No, if even for those who may have questioned, you may still manage to get the claw inside.
Yeah.
So I was kind of sad somebody had got this prompt already, but now I'm really happy that somebody did because it turned out really, really well.
Thank you. Great. Yeah, this was a super fun project. It was kind of a nightmare in some places, but I had such a good time with it.
Well, and not to put any more on your plate, but it looks like you spent a lot of time thinking about all the different directions of the lighting, like how it's reacting differently on Lobster's boots and then Ash's leg as he jumps over there. It really, really begs to be colored.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've actually felt like this about his last few prompts because once he decided, you know what, I'm going to stick to pencils, and just the sheer just contrast and like his I don't know, just the what is it, the confidence in his line work in his pencils. Like, I mean, I know you're wanting to grow with your colors, absolutely, and your inks, absolutely, but you can definitely tell that his A game is in his pencils, and he brings so much to it.
Honestly, I was like, dude, you don't even have to ink your work. Just you know,
you just
be like, here, take it or leave it. Dude, this is what it is. Like, your pencils are very strong.
All right, so I'm blushing like super hard over here.
Like lobster red. I appreciate those laughs. That was a pull.
Thank you guys very much.
That was really cool. We're gonna have to make prints of this probably.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Jeff is gonna have his work cut out for him.
All right.
All right, and I'm backing out.
So good.
All right, your turn, Deanna.
Oh,
Yeah. Jot on a napkin really quick.
We did get a question in the comments. Are we having VisionCon this year? Nikki asked, and plans are being made. Tickets are being sold. As of right now, we have a date and a place, but the world changes week to week, it seems like, and more rules come out. So the board of directors compiled some questions this week. I'm looking at the wrong monitor again. I got to move this monitor next time. The board of directors compiled or asked for questions this week, and they're getting a video ready that we're hoping to have out this weekend, stating exactly what they've been told and what we've been told. And but as of right now, we're making plans for a live convention. We'll see if the world will let us have that. The dates are April 30th through May 2nd. And you better believe, I mean, last year we didn't get to have it, and we scrambled and threw a virtual one together just so we could have our geeky, nerdy weekend that we were all craving. And we did some good stuff. So, you know, whether or not it's in person, I bet you we're going to have something awesome online, but keep your fingers crossed for in person if it's safe. We all want to have that. I would actually like to see these guys in person again. It'll be weird not having you in a graph in front of me, though, while I'm talking to you. We'll have to line you up. So next month, Valentine's Day, February. So our topic is going to be Baby Makes 3. So we are going to be asking you, the viewers, to list characters that you want to see what their children look like. And the way we're going to do it, just list one character at a time. You can nominate more than one character, but one in each line. And the most popular ones will go into a poll for week 2. And there will be one main character that gets voted on with the most votes that all of the artists for next month will draw, but they're each going to have a different mate for their offspring. So, for example, if the Hulk was our character, he would have babies with... I didn't hear that. One of the Smurfs?
Those poor Smurfs.
Yeah. You know, and then the next artist would draw the Hulk plus...
We draw it and we don't think about how it happened. Those are the
Yeah. That's how we ended up with so many breeds of dogs. We just assumed that it was all magic.
Oh, good idea. You must also name your offspring. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just like a breed of a dog. But yeah, so that's what's in store for next month. Lots of love. We will see the offspring, not the mating.
Mary.
Please don't draw that.
Those are private commissions.
Yeah. Yeah, join our...
That'll cost you $100.
But then like after hours.
Vision Con after hours.
You'll have to DM me about that.
The Wheel of Inebriation was probably the start of a lot.
Oh man, I've been in a couple of those, and yeah, you're completely right, dude.
All right, well, if you guys watching have any questions or anything to ask, now's your last chance, and we are entering VisionCon's Bug Zone. So we are going to let each of these guys tell you one more time where you can find them if they have something cool going on that you can catch right now. And let's just go in the same order as we did art. So James, you get to go first again.
All right, I got the 𝘗𝘩𝘦 Instagram. Not really plugging anything right now. Just working on some animation work, and that's about it.
Very cool.
All right, Haley.
Same as always. Best place to find me is on Instagram at Science Stash. That's where the most active. I recently opened a Society 6 shop, and I've been posting some stuff on there, and have gotten a few tapestries that I've even ordered and gotten in. They, man, they look cool. Not even to promote. I'm just very excited. But those would be the two places to check me out, DM me, support me, and all that jazz. And thank you guys.
Awesome. And as a reminder, all these links they're telling you now can be found in the chat. I've been sharing them as we go. So they're in there. You can find them. You can find them right after the Nate.
You can find the Mammoth Empire, so to speak, the Mammoth Press on mammothpressllc.com. You find me on Facebook and Instagram. I got to pull them up here because there's a lot now. Mammoth Press LLC on Facebook. Also Instagram and on Twitter. I'm embracing Twitter now. So you can find Mammoth_Press on Twitter. You can also find the Mammoth Press. What's that?
Welcome to hell, mortal.
I hate Twitter. It moves too fast.
You can also find me on Twitch, Mammoth Press, where I stream from the multicade and I talk about art. I'll actually be having like art dedicated streams as well. Like I've been introduced to the community as an artist first and a gamer second, because I play a lot of cool games on the cool cabinet, but I suck at games. So, but hey, we can talk about cartoons. And so on Twitch at Mammoth Press, also on Wednesdays I post episodes on YouTube featuring interviews with other really cool, talented artists, some of which have actually are featured here in the Pen Clique, as well as other entrepreneurs and people that inspire me as a creator and as an artist. I post new episodes on Wednesdays while we play some of the classic games. And then I think I covered, and then Potbelly Mammoth, potbellymammoth.com. Has all of Volume 1 on the merch page there. You can find the Volume 1 book, the 208 pages. And then Volume 2 content can be found on patreon.com/potbellymammoth.
Good promoting.
I've done this a lot. But I did it out of order, so it was like, wait, what?
Do you rest? Ever?
Huh?
Do you rest?
Well, the list has gotten longer and longer. Like I'm
Good.
everywhere now.
Anna.
Yeah, I'm just working on personal stuff, and you can find me on deviantart.com/𝘬𝘭𝘪𝘲. I'm also on Tumblr and Pinterest. So that's what I got.
And you're busy with school now too.
Yeah, I actually have 3 classes this semester instead of like 2. So yeah, and I'm working full time. So yeah,
the dream.
Yeah,
Pen Clique is full of busy bees.
yeah.
Gary, you were next in line.
Right now I am working on some stuff. I'm under NDA. I can't talk about, unfortunately, but it is really cool. Right now, I'm working on some personal stuff, doing the show here, working with 𝘵𝗫𝘄, setting up some online workshops and stuff. You can find me personally at artistgaryvidal.com. I'm most active on my Instagram, which you can find at the same name, Artist Gary Vidal. Same with my Facebook. On my website, you can get my 118-page book, 𝘗𝘁. It's a PDF for $5. You can get my a physical copy of my first sketchbook entitled One. And you can get copies of Graveyard Slaughter there as well, or you can go to www.graveyardslaughter.com.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Caitlin.
Yeah, I'm just currently working on my webcomic, Moxie, which can be read at moxiecomic.com. I update right now every Monday. And then I am also most active on Instagram, so Caitlin Blaine Art. And then my other social media, these cats. My other social media, you can find links to at caitlinblaine.com, which is just my portfolio website. So.
And there's a spot to sign up for a newsletter, I saw.
Yeah, I do.
Sign
I
up.
put out a monthly newsletter. You get to see all the pages for my comic that I posted, as well as behind the scenes stuff and other projects I'm working on. So sign up.
Sarah.
Hello. I'm a hobby artist. I just kind of do art for fun, and especially I'm also back in school now, so it's a little bit not a whole lot going on. I do still have like some ongoing but very, very long-term projects, like a potential graphic novel in the future, but I'm still just playing with like characters and story, still writing and everything. So that's a very that's the long con. That's not anywhere near any type of production or even storyboarding or anything like that. So I'm still just kind of learning. I think artists are lifelong learners though, so we're always learning anyway, but still getting just comfortable with Photoshop. I don't really do commissions because deadlines terrify me about as much as I can commit to is this.
We're training you.
But yeah, no, if you're interested in seeing anything that I've done or anything I may do in the future, the only place to find my artwork is on Instagram, and it's at 𝘗𝘁𝘦1996 on Instagram. So.
Okay, Daryl.
The last project I worked on that is out is the Queen's Gambit. I did some stuff on that. As far as like actual art stuff, my Instagram is probably the best place, and I don't really have that much on there. So my Instagram is 𝘗𝘂𝘵, which is impossible to spell, so just search the name if that's on your screen, or 𝘗𝑒𝑛𝑑.com, so 𝘗𝑒𝑛𝑑.com. That's got all my portfolio stuff and links to the hard to spell things. So
Okay, cool. And then Eric.
Hey, again, just 𝘗𝑑𝑎𝑛GER_Wright. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook that way. Probably the best way to get in contact with me and check out my work. If you got any questions, you can hit me up there.
Have you been doing more sandwich paper art?
I don't have any new ones. I don't think I have any new ones that I haven't showed you yet, but there's lots more of it on the way.
All right. Well, I don't have any art out there because you wouldn't want to buy it or probably even browse it.
But you do have a game.
Yes, 𝘂𝘂 Games are one of our sponsors. Not the reason I'm here, but Gary made me pull it in because they do take time away from all the busyness of that. We miss game conventions too, man. They're killing us. But you can find our games at www.𝘂𝘂𝘵𝑔ames.com. Gary Bedell drew two of our gorgeous characters of Epic Monster Tea Party. Tons of fun. Super goofy game, but it's so much. You'll laugh so hard when you play it. The characters are adorable, and you get to eat heroes. So, and then for VisionCon, I've got this going on every month. Zach has VisionCon Live every Sunday night. He's usually interviewing anime voice actors. He's had a lot of those respond, and every Sunday night that's live. He's got some VisionCon spotlights that are on our YouTube channel that are more local people that you would see at con for sure at a booth when it happens. Gary and Nate have both done one. I put the link in the chat so you guys could.
Thank you for that, by the way. I saw that. It's very
those are great interviews. Any of the rest of you want to jump on the list? Zach's a great interviewer. He's a great host.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, big shout out to that guy for real, dude.
Oh,
yeah, we had him on our Banana podcast, our Batman specific podcast, and he's just as cool as you think in person as he is in that show. And you guys have been working your butts off for all of us throughout this year. So huge props to you and to Zach.
For VisionCon, we're going to keep doing it because we are planning like that real con's going to happen. So if it doesn't, we're going to have something.
Right.
Right now, it's happening. Everybody wear your mask, stay healthy, keep your fingers crossed, and come see us at con. But other than that, come back here next month, February 25th, 8 o'clock.
I want to see some weird looking babies come back.
Could be babies, could be teens, tweens, toddlers. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Could be twins.
All right. Just copy and paste.
Ooh, suggest somebody that multiplies themselves, guys.
Jamie Matters.
Yeah.
Like a litter, like a Catwoman, Hulk,
Yes.
a litter of Hulks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
we're gonna
how
copy and
minds think.
Multiple man and Catwoman.
Oh my gosh.
So like a super litter.
End the stream now.
That is a good place to stop.
These are becoming canon.
You are canceled.
Everybody go to our Facebook event for the Pen Clique. Every month is on there. So if you sign up as you're going, you will get the alerts as a reminder of when it's happening again. And you will also see when we ask for these prompts, because the more of you that give us ideas, the funnier it all gets. So until next time, guys, have a great month, and we will see you very soon. Bye-bye.